In this video, we're going to be giving you some tips on how you can grow to 500,000 subscribers and how you can get this animated milestone like this. Hello, Tube Buddies. Let me start off by saying thank you. We could not be here at 500,000 subscribers without all of you who have watched and supported TubeBuddy over the last 5 years. From that first video in a bedroom in Mississippi to my set here in LA, thank you. Now, we don't want to keep the knowledge of growing a YouTube channel all to ourselves, so we have some friends who are going to be giving us some tips here through Zoom. Everyone, say hi.
Hey everyone!
Why don't we get started with our first tip from you, Daniel?
Thanks, pal. Listen, my tip for every content creator out there trying to reach 500,000 subscribers is make sure that you really focus on your packaging. Getting your video discovered and surfaced is one thing, but you have to be able to win the click once your video actually shows up in search, shows up in browse, shows up in suggested. So think about that packaging, your topic, your title, and your thumbnail, and make sure it all works together to win that person's click because it's something that they can easily understand, find value in, and find interesting enough that they'd want to watch your video ahead of someone else's. Hey, let's pass this one over to Trina. Hey, Trina.
Thanks, Daniel. So my biggest tip for you is to plan. Look, you can do all the keyword research in the world, but if you don't actually have the time to implement, create videos, film them, upload them, there's no point in doing that keyword research. So grab your calendar, whether it's a paper calendar, Google Calendar, whatever you're using to plan your day. Put time every single week for filming videos, for researching videos, and more importantly, the best thing to add time in your calendar for is to spend time looking at your analytics. If you do not put the time to review your analytics on your calendar, it is never going to happen, and you're never going to figure out what is making your channel grow or not grow. All right, let's send it to Nick Nimmons.
Thanks, Trina. For me, one thing that made a really big difference on my YouTube channel was going off script. And the reason I think that is because on YouTube, authenticity is a really big thing because, people watch content from people that they enjoy or they feel like they know or that they can get to know or the people that they feel that they like. And a really cool thing about that is that when you go off script, you are forcing yourself to communicate in a more natural way. So instead of reading a script and then looking at a camera and saying whatever it is that you're gonna say, you're just communicating in the way that you communicate normally. Now, of course, there are always exceptions to this rule. For example, if you're talking about technical things to where you need exact numbers or information that's going to hurt somebody or help somebody to where if you say something wrong, then everything's gonna get messed up, then of course, then you wanna make sure that you're at least scripting those parts so you can share the right information. However, people on YouTube connect to people being real. So because of that, one of the things that I think really helped me out all the way across my channel, all the way from, once I started doing that all the way to now, was just communicating in a more natural way by going off script and just simply working off of bullet points on my YouTube channel. So almost all of the videos that you see from me, I'm just working off of either one, just going for it and just freestyling in general, or I have bullet point notes with maybe a little bit of note underneath just to make sure that I'm emphasizing a particular thing that I'm trying to bring attention to at that particular point and so on. So one of the things that I recommend is that you at least experiment with making some videos going off script and see how your audience responds. Take it away, D.
Thanks, Nick. My name is D, and over on my channel, I help mobile content creators succeed on YouTube. And the tip that I have for you today is to not get caught up with all of the gear if you're just getting started, because that can be incredibly overwhelming. And it can definitely slow you down if you're trying to focus on all of the things that you don't have and you're trying to save up money to get them. Instead, I want you to focus on what you do have, and that's the phone that's in your pocket, or you actually might be using it to watch this video. But with your phone, you can shoot video, you can edit video, you can make your thumbnails, you can make your channel art, you can use the TubeBuddy app to figure out SEO. You can run a successful YouTube channel with your phone, and you can update later whenever you figure out what's going on with your channel and what you actually need. So get started today. I'm rooting for you, and take it away, Shelly.
Thanks, Dee. Did you guys know that 37% of all traffic on the web is coming from YouTube and 70% of YouTube traffic is coming from a mobile phone? Yeah, that's crazy. So I want to encourage you guys, please make sure you think mobile first when you're creating your thumbnails, because while you think you're actually getting this on your thumbnail, what you're really getting is this. So please, please, please shrink down your thumbnails to 25%. That way, if you know that it's still clear what it is that your thumbnail is really about, then you know you have a winner. But wait a second, speaking of TubeBuddy, where is Rob?
Here, thanks, Shelly. My advice for you is to turn your subscribers into a community. Now, there's a big difference between having subscribers and having a community on your channel. Subscribers are here to consume your content, which is great. That's awesome. They're viewing your content, which is really, really good. It's helping you grow your channel. But the next level from that is to turn your subscribers into a community, because when someone is part of your community, then they are loyal, they participate, they are engaged, and they are promoters of you and your brand and your content. You can do this by simply replying to your comments. Now, be known as the creator that replies to comments and engages with your viewers inside of the comments. And when you reply, acknowledge the comment, reply to the question, but then also ask them a question. That way you keep the conversation going, and then they come back and then they reply to your question, and then now you have a conversation. The next thing that you can do is address your community by name. At TubeBuddy, we address our community members as TubeBuddies. This gives them a feeling that they are part of something bigger, that they are part of a real community. I hope that helps you today. All right, well, how about we give it over to Salma?
Thanks so much, Rob. All right, guys, so my tip is actually going to give you the magic sauce for getting more views on YouTube. Now, everybody knows that YouTube is a search engine, but did you also know that YouTube is a prediction engine? It's always predicting what your viewers want to see next, and it's suggesting them all of these videos to watch next. What if you could predict what your viewers want to see next and then make that video so that they stay on your channel? Well, the good news is you have all of the data inside YouTube Analytics to see what will keep people watching on your channel. Stuff like audience retention. What are the parts of your videos that they watch again and again? What are the parts that hold their interest? What are the parts that are rewinded and watched? That is helpful to make more videos on. What kind of keywords are people attracted by that you haven't made videos on? Make those videos. What kind of videos are suggesting your videos, and what kind of videos are being suggested after your videos? Make those videos. These are just some of the ways in which you can predict what people will want to watch next on your YouTube channel. Thanks so much, TubeBuddy. And let's move on over to Renee next.
Thanks, Alma. Hi, everyone. I'm Renee Teely, the VP of Community here at TubeBuddy. My advice for growing on YouTube is to use every video as an opportunity for incremental improvement. So striving for perfection before you publish can greatly impact your ability to publish consistently, and in many cases, it prevents people from launching altogether. So instead of waiting until you have that perfect background or the perfect equipment setup, start with what you have and look for ways to improve with every single video. Thank you, and I'm excited to help TubeBuddy.
The most important thing a creator can do in order to be successful on YouTube, whether you want, 5,000 subs, 500,000 subs, or even 5 million subs, is to put the audience first. Make something that you enjoy that is also something that they want to watch, which is really hard to do. Sometimes what we want to make is not what other people want to watch. But if you can figure that out, then you can be successful on YouTube. And that's really what it comes down to. You have to find a way to be satisfied with what you're making and still put the audience first.
Thank you everyone for joining. Be sure to subscribe to their channels linked in the description down below. Thank you for watching, and we hope you found those tips helpful. Earlier in this video, we mentioned this animated milestone like this one. In order to get them, you can go to the link on screen and in the description under the chapters so you can get your own free animated milestone if you have a paid TubeBuddy license. And hey, while you're down there, why not consider subscribing? I'm Andrew Can, and from all of us here at TubeBuddy, thank you for watching. From me to you, TubeBuddies, thank you for making these last 5 years of my life completely unforgettable. Here's to more tools, features, friends, and fun to come. This is actually going to be the last thing we film in this set. We already have some things pre-recorded, but I just want you to know, no matter where you're going in your YouTube journey, we're so happy to be a part of it here at TubeBuddy. From me to the TubeBuddy devs to all of the TubeBuddy team, thank you. Let's continue building and moving forward together. Thank you so much, TubeBuddies.